our water, we clean our dishes, we clean our clothes, but do you ever think about cleaning the air that you breathe? I don't mean with your lungs, because that's what we're doing when we don't think about cleaning the air. Our lungs are filtering the ick that's in the air. Well, how about if you turn that over to Oreck? It's the Air Tower 3-speed Hepa Air Purifier, and let Oreck take the particulate matter and the yuck out of the air. Clearance price at $79.94. 6 easy payments, which is our most generous, half a year to pay for it at $13.32, and free shipping and handling. So you're saving another $7.50 there. Let me share with you that the retail value on this is a $200 machine. It's a $200 machine that you're getting for under $80. This is Diana Seastead. Nice to see you, my friend.
Hi, good to be here.
She brings us great home solutions, be it an air purifier, be it a way to protect our identity. She's always giving us great ideas to make sure our lives are better in terms of quality. This is Oreck. It's V35652. Very briefly, this machine is going to be about 15 inches high, weighs 7.7 pounds. It's got different speeds for you. You've got it in the black, and then you also have it in the burgundy. But before we even go into how it works, will you show me that it works?
Sure, absolutely. I would love to. This is really, it's a small footprint, but it's a really very powerful machine. So what I'm going to do is fill this chamber up with smoke. This kind of represents our home, what we kind of had it shut up all winter. Maybe you had a wood-burning fireplace. Did you have a smoker in the house? I don't have either, but I have a dog and 2 teenagers.
Yeah, and I have a dog and 2 cats.
So this unit has 2 stages of filtration. First, it has the carbon odor filter, but I'm going to let that kind of fill up.
Sure.
Look, you can't even see me behind there.
No, I know.
But watch what happens. We'll do a little countdown. You go 3, 2, 1, and on it goes. You can immediately see the smoke swirling around in here. It's getting suctioned through the back. It's going through 2 stages of filtration. That's the carbon odor filter. It's also a true HEPA filter. And the cool, fresh, the nice, not cool, but fresh and pure air is coming out the front of it. And that is what you're going to smell like. Get rid of the smells in your home. That's what that carbon odor filter's for. You don't want to smell the fish you cooked 3 nights ago. You don't want somebody to come in and smell the kitty litter, say, oh, do you have a cat? So that's what your odor, your carbon odor filter is for. But then this is your true HEPA filter. And what that's going to do is trap 99.97% of those particles in the air. That's the dust mite waste, the pollen, the allergens and things. But it's down to 0.3 microns. And those are the things that you can't see that are in your air that you're breathing, and if you don't have an air purifier, your lungs are doing that for you. And I just have to show you because this is a little embarrassing, but this is the actual filter from my home, from we'll just wait for
when you come back.
Yeah. So this is a clean HEPA filter. They're nice and bright and white when you first get them home. This ran for 5 months in my home, and I don't have a smoker in my home. We don't have a wood-burning fireplace, but this is the yuck that my dog, my kids, my husband would have been breathing if it wasn't trapped in this HEPA filter.
You know, I often say this because I actually have, you know, like an HVAC system in my house. So we have filters like that, you know, in the house. But if you're somebody who has, for example, radiant heat or whatever, or you don't have an HVAC system, all of that, all this discoloration is going into your lungs. Like your lungs are filtering. It's your body that's filtering that out. It's funny because we see particulate matter when we see the sun streaming through the window.
Of course,
and we're like, oh, that particulate matter, wow. And we think it's kind of like dancing. That's what you're breathing in. So this is why
pollen this time of year is perfect because we're just entering around here that spring pollen season. So that can really, you know, affect allergies and things. So that's great. And I love too that with that 15-inch high, you can put it on the counter so it fits underneath your cabinet. So if you're a cook and you like to cook fish and cook lots of things, but you don't want to smell it 2 days later, or even just those things that we go nose blind to in our own home. You know, for my son, he's got stinky socks, or maybe a new baby with a diaper pail or things.
Reminding you, we've got burgundy and black. So as we mentioned, they were 15 inches high, V35652. You know, I have an Oreck, not this model, but I have an Oreck in my office, which is where I have the cat box. So I have 2 cats and a dog, and I was like, I need to have some sort of filtration, and it needs to have some sort of odor eliminating action to it as well. So this has HEPA filtration as well as a carbon filter. And oops, did we start a fire?
There. that was
Wow.
wow.
Now
Well, we have
yellow.
a lot of smoke because we lit
do.
a couple of those
That's
off in
awesome.
there. So this unit's on, and
Yeah.
so all that smoke that
Yeah.
was coming up there, it never even
just
has a
disappeared.
chance because this unit's running. That smoky air is going in through the back, and we use smoke because it's a larger particle.
And you can see it.
And you can see it because if this was pet dander, you wouldn't be able to see it. But it goes right in through the back, and then that fresh, clean, pure air comes out the front, and it never has a chance in this big, huge, open chamber.
Right.
And that we used yellow smoke just because that's kind of representative of your pollen.
Exactly. And you know what? We want to remind you of how it works because we've got video of how it works. But we also want to share with you the difference between a HEPA filter as well as a carbon filter.
Right.
So that we're clear about that. But here's the inside of how this is working to clean our air.
Right, so the filter has the two parts. First, it's going to go through that carbon odor filter. That's going to trap those smells, the things that you're nose blind, the cooking odors, that sort of thing. Then it goes through that true HEPA filter. That is what's going to trap 99.97% of those airborne particulates. That's pet dander, it's pollen grains, it's dust mite waste, it's all those yuckies, and it's things down to 0.3 microns. So it's
Wow.
things that you can see, but it's also the things that you can't see. And that's really what we want you to do when you get home is take the Oreck Challenge, because that's what I did in my home. And you know, happy to say this is the dirt right from my house. But you know, when I saw that, you know, it makes you really think and go, wow, there's a lot of stuff floating around in my air, and I am really glad that my family and my pet's lungs aren't breathing this.
Exactly.
So that it's important to have HEPA filter because it's really the gold standard.
Absolutely, and we'll talk a little bit more about HEPA filtration in a second. We're under $80 when the retail on this is $199. So it's $120 savings right off the top, and then another $7 savings because this is going to be delivered to your door in your choice of the burgundy or the black. It's free shipping and handling. As I mentioned, the black is very popular. It's also more limited. And can you show us, one of them is the HEPA filter and the other
Sure.
is the carbon
So
filter.
this is the HEPA filter, this is the carbon filter. And they're just attached in one piece, and that's how you change it in and out of the unit. So here's your carbon odor
Yep.
filter.
This is odor.
This is your HEPA.
And this is HEPA. And HEPA filtration, you've probably heard of even hospitals talking
Yes.
about that they have HEPA filtration.
They
when
do.
we're trying to keep the air clean, HEPA filtration is where it goes. And you can't buy a certificate for HEPA filtration. It actually has to do a level of
Right.
clean to get that kind of HEPA standard, right?
Absolutely, yes, and that's what it's doing. It's trapping 99.97%
Right.
of those airborne irritants down to 0.3 microns, which
Right.
is something you cannot see. And this is a fully featured model too,
Let's see
because
it.
you have
Yep.
3 different fan speeds here. And then you have your power button, and then you also have, I love this one, it's just an indicator light so that you know when to change the filter. The filter's gonna last about 6 months.
Okay.
Then you have a timer setting. You have 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours. So if you set it for any of those 3 times, it'll just turn off automatically. For me, at my house, I just leave it running all the time. But you know, maybe
too.
if you had like a popcorn burn or something and you just wanted to run it on high for a few hours, you know, down in the kitchen or something, you could totally do that too.
Want to let you know there's a 2-year limited manufacturer's warranty. It weighs 7.7 pounds, so it's easy
easily.
to move. So if you want to move it, if you've got a new baby, you want to move it in the baby's room. You know, maybe you want to move it to somebody who's got asthma or allergies,
Right, if
or they're
maybe a
really
guest
suffering
or
right now,
somebody-
or a
right.
guest is sneezing or wheezing. You know, like to clean out the air. This isn't, we're not selling this and presenting this as a medical device. We're just saying cleaning the air is like the best bet. And like I said, I have it in my office where my cat box is, where I have 2 cats, to make sure that the odors are going, and because the dust from when they're like scraping the litter.
Right.
Speaking of, you know, particulates that you can see.
Right, so we filled this up
Yes.
with smoke, and this is really representing our house. We keep our homes, you know, shut up so tight, but I just turned that on. You can immediately see that smoke swirling around. It's going right into the back, getting suctioned into the back, and then the fresh air is coming out the front. That's the clean smelling, clean
Yes.
air.
Right.
And another great thing is some people notice that you do a little bit of less dusting
Yeah.
when you run these in your house.
And so if you don't have some sort of like HVAC system where you're changing a filter like this every 3 months, which I do, then your lungs are basically filtering all
Right.
this. And so you definitely need, or it would be a wise idea to consider something like this to clean your air. B35652. This is a clearance price, absolutely no reorder. We're $120 less than that close to $200 price tag that it should be. That's the retail value. Thank you so much, Diana Seestedt.
Thank you.
I really, really appreciate it. And that price of $199.99 is at Oreck.com. So we have a better value here than Oreck.